Baha'u'llah's purpose is to unite all mankind, to bring all races, classes, peoples, different backgrounds to be united.
This is the time for the recognition that all people are one family, for the building of a united world that embraces the diversity of its peoples. It is a new chapter of humanity's story, a chapter that began 200 years ago. Persia, 1817. As a child, Baha'u'llah lives a princely life. His father is a distinguished government minister, and his ancestry goes back to the greatest dynasties of Persia. As Baha'u'llah grows to young adulthood, he turns his back on a life of luxury and prominence, and instead dedicates himself to helping the poor and the oppressed. Baha'u'llah's dedication to serving those in need stands in stark contrast with the attitudes among the nobility of the time. Later in life, he would demonstrate the temporary nature of the material world and all its riches by relating a story from his childhood. He describes watching an elaborate puppet show while still a young child during the wedding celebration of his older brother.
Très rapidement, des petits personnages ont commencé à s'animer et les petits personnages ont annoncé « Sa Majesté arrive, préparez les sièges ». Finalement, arrive un personnage royal qui était très majestueux, qui agissait avec beaucoup d'arrogance, très hautain, qui avait un diadème très brillant. Et là, des coups de feu retentirent, les trompettes, tout d'un coup, la tente fut enveloppée de fumée. La pièce se termine et 20 minutes après, il y a un homme qui sort du derrière de la tente et qui a une petite boîte sous le bras. Et Baha'u'llah l'arrête et lui dit « Mais qu'est-ce que c'est que cette boîte ?» Il lui dit « Toutes les choses que tu as vues, le prince, le roi, les ministres, tout ce que tu as vu est enfermé dans cette boîte. »
Baha'u'llah tells this story to help explain the true purpose of our physical existence. Ere long, these outward trappings, these visible treasures, these earthly vanities, these proud and overweening souls, all shall pass into the confines of the grave, as though into that box. It behooveth therefore every man of insight to fix his gaze upon the goal of eternity.
Baha'u'llah explains through this story that the reality of this life is fleeting. None of it lasts. Really, the nature of human beings is that, yes, we have a material self that lives in this world and passes away, but we also have a soul that comes from God and is eternal and will continue to last long after the physical body dies.
Baha'u'llah nous enseigne que Dieu nous a tous donné d'une âme et de qualités et attributs, comme la compassion, la justice, le pardon, faisant de nous à la base des êtres nobles. Et que chacun de nous a cette capacité de refléter ces attributs venant de Dieu.
Baha'u'llah said man was created to contribute to the betterment of society, to advance civilization, and one of the ways that he does that is with the knowledge that he is a noble soul, he is a noble being.
À chaque fois que je suis plus gros bagage pour me garder, ce n'est pas ni couleur peau, ce n'est pas ni sexe, c'est garder l'âme. C'est lui pour nous garder, c'est à travers ça, nous pourrons comprendre l'autre, pour nous connaître, nous c'est un seul.
Baha'u'llah nos trajo leyes, principios para cambiar, para transformar a la sociedad.
الرجل والمرأة كجناحي طائر، يعني البشرية لا يمكن أن تتقدم إلا بجناحي الطائر هذا. فساوى بين الرجل والمرأة ضرورة متطلبة لهذا العصر، لا محال إلا بالقبول بها. فمن ضمن المبادئ الذي جاء بها حضرة بهاء الله وحدة الجنس البشري. وحدة الجنس البشري مع اختلاف ثقافاتهم، مع اختلاف خلفياتهم وقبائلهم وأعراقهم وثقافاتهم، فتحتاج إلى مبادئ تجمع الكل.
(1844). A young man, known as the Bab, or the Gate, Baha'u'llah becomes a prominent supporter of his cause. But the Bab's teachings are met with opposition from those in power. The clergy and the government denounce him and relentlessly persecute his followers. Thousands are murdered. The Bab himself is executed under dramatic circumstances.
Após a execução do Bab, seus seguidores continuaram a ser perseguidos até que milhares foram massacrados. E Baha'u'llah foi levantada uma falsa acusação sobre ele, até que o mandato de prisão foi emitido.
He was arrested. He was chained, he was beaten, he was made to walk barefooted, and then he was put into a dungeon called Siyahchal, literally means the black pit.
Baha'u'llah had a heavy chain around his neck. The marks the chain left was evident all his life.
Baha'u'llah endures 4 months of intense suffering in the Black Pit. Orders are given that he, along with his family, be banished forever from his homeland. Sick and frail, he crosses the Zagros Mountains in the bitter cold of winter to reach Baghdad.
Приходили те, кто слышали о нем и хотели с ним беседовать. И многие обращались к Бахауле за советом.
حضرت بهاءالله در مورد اخلاق، در مورد امانت، دیانتداری، امانتداری، صدق و در مورد وحدت و اصول اخلاقی و به خصوص در مورد عدم انتقام و صلح و برابری و دوستی پیام‌ها و اندرس‌هایی دادن.
In the course of his life, his writings would make up more than 100 volumes. Writings that have now been translated into over 800 languages. During his time in Baghdad, he writes, "Is not the object of every revelation to effect a transformation in the whole character of mankind? A transformation that shall manifest itself both outwardly and inwardly, that shall affect both its inner life and external conditions?"
It's so easy these days to get caught up in kind of focusing on your own troubles, your own desires, and to live a life around that. Baha'u'llah encourages us to turn away from ourselves and actually to think about others. You notice that actually happiness, it doesn't arrive when you're kind of fulfilling your own desires, but actually when you're assisting someone else or helping them to accomplish something that they couldn't. And that's been a real kind of shift in mentality for me, being able to provide service to the community and encourage others to do so.
وفي مقتطف وايد أحبه من حضرة بهاء الله يتفضل: لم يزل كان إصلاح العالم بالأعمال الطيبة الطاهرة والأخلاق الراضية المرضية. فهذا يخليني أفكر شنو العمل الطيب اللي أنا أقدر أسويه بحياتي اليومية، شنو يرضي ربي اللي أقدر أطبقه بحياتي وبحياة مجتمعي.
Our purpose in life right now is, in service. We still have racism around, black against whites, but even different nationalities. But then, we all come together and we have this bond, and that is like to bring unity into this community and to the world.
Warago ani Baha'u'llah nop mega ipawan meg daytono ho pumogo ani abgapan yawini ap warago munin community gapano now de ipata penab au nagar muminiwa ap boge now urugatim nasere nega gapan wana paname atonge baigan warane temune ap kakawa mega apa asewinawa tone nop to baigan urugone temuna bagan asi gare asi gugu ba bosik mu gare warimon.
1863. The influence of Baha'u'llah and his teachings continues to infuriate the Persian authorities. At their urging, the Ottoman Sultan exiles him farther still from his native land. Baha'u'llah, along with his family and companions, is exiled deep into the Ottoman Empire. First to Istanbul, then Edirne. The authorities hope to eradicate his faith once and for all. But Baha'u'llah's influence proves unstoppable. Years pass. In 1868, he is banished yet again, this time to a harsh and remote colony on the outskirts of the Ottoman Empire, the prison city of Akka.
L'arrivo di Baha'u'llah in Akka è difficile descriverlo. Il caldo, la mancanza di vento. Dalla porta del mare, dalla città prigione, furono portati attraverso questi vicoli bui e stretti. Baha'u'llah e la sua famiglia furono portati nella prigione, un edificio fatiscente, in una condizione miserabile.
It is during his exile and imprisonment that Baha'u'llah writes letters to the monarchs and rulers of the time.
Baha'u'llah wrote these letters to the kings and rulers of the world during an age of empires. This is a period of time where a few rulers governed most of the world.
Baha'u'llah призывает этих правителей к чему-то. И очень важно, что это призыв к миру. К миру, а также к тому, чтобы вот эти сильные миры сего не притесняли свои народы.
How remarkable that this prisoner, under such appalling conditions, would write to the rulers and the kings of that time to offer guidance on how to lead their people with compassion and justice.
The message he gave them was that a ruler should listen to their people, they should govern in the interests of the poor, and they should consult in all of their affairs.
C'est très difficile de voir les gens qui n'ont pas été à l'école avec les gens qui ont fait de très grandes études ensemble. Et ces gens-là discuter sur un point pour trouver un point de vue.
Consultation can serve as a means for giving voice to the masses. Baha'u'llah teaches it's for everyone. All of us, we're absolutely encouraged to participate in this process. And it's also closely related to attaining justice on our planet in that all groups have the right and the privilege and the duty to participate in a consultative process.
Uno ahora tiene una visión más amplia de lo que significa la unidad. Y tanto de diferentes culturas, lenguas y etnias, somos los mismos porque somos hermanos de un solo Dios.
The world is in great turmoil, and the minds of its people are in a state of utter confusion. We entreat the Almighty that He may graciously illuminate them with the glory of His justice, and enable them to discover that which will be profitable unto them at all times and under all conditions. May 1892. After 40 years of suffering and exile on behalf of humanity, Baha'u'llah passes away here in Bahji. His resting place, now restored and beautified, is the spiritual heart and a place of pilgrimage for millions of people around the world. People striving daily in their home communities to put Baha'u'llah's teachings of unity, justice, and equality into practice.
The change called for by Baha'u'llah is of amazing magnitude. He's not just calling for cooperation in social structures and in interpersonal relationships, but he's calling for a reconceptualization, a rethinking of relationships such that they embody the principle of the oneness of mankind. And it's going to require collaboration with others, interaction with others, and learning from experience, and then weighing things against this magnificent, huge vision.
Vengo de la comunidad de Panamá, de una comunidad indígena, una comunidad que estaba sumido totalmente en analfabetismo. Pero cuando la revelación de Baha'u'llah llega ahí, afecta el pensamiento, afecta la cultura para generar un cambio y una transformación desde adentro, de su pueblo mismo. Baha'u'llah habló del papel de la educación, de una familia, de un pueblo, de una raza. Y por primera vez los amigos entendieron que la educación era una señal poderosa para la liberación.
The mission of Baha'u'llah in this day has a different scope from in the past, in the sense that we are talking about establishing a new civilization, basically a spiritualized world civilization. We are trying to learn how to build different kinds of communities, really create a different culture that reflects the teachings of Baha'u'llah. One dedicated to service, to collaborating with others in great endeavors, in unity, working with peoples of all backgrounds. That is the conception of religion that we find in Baha'u'llah's revelation, one that is leading us toward the next stage in humanity's evolution, which is the unification of the human race.
Béni est celui qui préfère son frère à lui-même.
In the garden of thy heart, plant not but the rose of love.
كلكم أثمار شجرة واحدة وأوراق غصن واحد.
Тэгэхээр дэлхийн ертөнцийн нэг л улс орон хүндрэлтэн төөний иргэд юм гэж одоо хэлсэн байдаг.
Свет единства так могуществен, что может осветить всю землю.
The aim of this wronged one, in sustaining woes and tribulations, in revealing the holy verses, and in demonstrating proofs, has been naught but to quench the flame of hate and enmity, that the horizon of the hearts of men may be illumined with the light of concord, and attain real peace and tranquility.